Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel as we get down towards the end of our Manchester City FIFA 22 career mode series. You can see there, Julian Alvarez has picked up the Player of the Month award in the Premier League, and today's episode we get to see our performances in the Champions League quarter-finals this time, and the side we face is Real Sociedad. If you were part of our membership scheme, you'll have seen this episode earlier. Not only that, but you will have seen an uncut version of the episode, so you would have known we'd drawn Real Sociedad because it showed it in the uncut version. In the cut version, you won't have known that, so it is brand new to you guys. So we lost 4-1 at the end of the last episode. Let's not talk about that. Full concentration on the Champions League, and also, of course, the Premier League. If we can do the double, Southampton, we're out the FA Cup, but we can possibly do the double. So we're going to play the Real Sociedad games here today, both of them. We're going to play Villa away. We're going to play Spurs at home and simulate that Brighton away game. So that puts us in a good position going into possibly the Champions League semi-finals. That's where we want to be. So this is the side we're going to go with to face La Real today. So in goal is Mickey Van Sass. A back five, Cancelo and Bete. Captain Diaz, Pau Torres and Josh Wilson-Esbrand. Rodri, Grealish and Foden in the midfield three. And then it's Julian Alvarez partnering Erling Haaland up top. On the bench, Liam Delap, Cole Palmer, Gakpo, Bellingham, Aarons, Paredes and Fariñas. 3 points, not on the line today. It is about getting a win now. The first leg at home might be more difficult. We'd rather probably play away in the first leg. But we've got to do a good job here against Real Sociedad. We can't be defending like we did in the previous episode. Need to be much more solid. So Champions League quarter-final action to kick off today's episode. Manchester City versus La Real Sociedad. A side which is going to be very interesting to see what their team is like to get to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. They must have a pretty decent side. No David Silva, I don't believe, in there. He has retired now, as he did play for them after Manchester City. No Alexander Isak, who we signed from them and sold, but Dominic Szoboszlai in there, which is a good one to see. Marcelo Brozovic as well. Mikel Oyarzabal still at Real Sociedad. This is going to be a really good game. It is the first leg. We need to defend strongly, try and keep a clean sheet, because away goals is a big thing here on FIFA. If we can then keep a clean sheet at home, it just gives us so much more freedom going into the away leg in a week's time. Fede Valverde in there as well. Looks like a very good Real Sociedad side. Adnan Januzaj still also in the side from the Basque Country. So there is the Real Sociedad side, ready for their team photo. Ricardo Pereira, a right-back side from Leicester City, it seems. Let's have a look at this Real Sociedad side. It looks a strong one. Captain is Ricardo Pereira. Rui Silva is the goalkeeper. They've got Matthew Ryan. Claude Maurice on the bench there. Barrenechea as well. So it's Silva in goal. Pereira, Pacheco, Avelar on loan from us. And Oliveira in the back four. Brozovic, Valverde and Szoboszlai in the midfield three. Oyarzabal on the left. Januzaj on the right. And Guri, the striker, the Frenchman. But that is a very good side, and a player on loan from us at centre-back. Let's hope he doesn't impress the young Argentinian. Manchester City versus Real Sociedad. Champions League quarter-final first leg. It is live from the Etihad Stadium, and we're looking to put in a real good performance here today. Up to Esbrand, who will rise into Alvarez. Brilliant. Julian Alvarez back out to Esbrand. Esbrand with a chance to cross into Erling Haaland here. And it's a poor cross from Josh Wilson-Esbrand there. And a real good position. I expected better from him. Szoboszlai. Back into Julian Alvarez. Haaland. Oh, it's Grealish again. Jack Grealish with a strike. Rui Silva with a save. Really good chance. Esbrand in there. Counter. Szoboszlai. Away from Pau Torres. Esbrand will work hard to try and get back against Dominic Szoboszlai. And a good bit of defending from Esbrand. Pau Torres, can he keep this in? He can. Back to Mickey Van Sass. Luke and Bete. João Cancelo. Into Pau Torres. You can pass a football. And Haaland takes it down. And what a finish from Erling Haaland. And that is why we signed this man. That is why we signed this man. Because in those positions, he can do that. Takes it down brilliantly and finishes it. Pau Torres with the assist. Lifted into Erling Haaland on the chest here. And I mean, that is an odd finish. I'd like to see it again. Oh my, what a finish. Well, we've seen the replay, we've seen the close, we back heels that. With so much power, the keeper can't keep it out. Incredible from Erling Haaland. 9 goals in 6 Champions League games. 1-0 Manchester City. That man, if we lift the Champions League trophy, it is down to that man. I'm telling you now, it is down to that man if we lift this Champions League trophy. Alvarez. Brilliantly done. Grealish. Foden could pass it, Phil Foden, but he doesn't need to, Phil Foden. 2-0 Manchester City in this first leg. We could be here already decided we are going to the Champions League. We are going to the Champions League semi-finals. Brilliant goal from Phil Foden. Absolutely brilliant. Alvarez into Grealish, into Foden, and look at this for a finish. I just knew he could do it. I knew he had the quality. And Phil Foden puts it top bins. 2-0 we lead against Real Sociedad. I thought they wouldn't be a match for us, and that worried me a little bit, because if you think it's going to be an easy game, it tends to be the sides that are a little bit smaller, cause you sort of the more problems. Well done, Luke Mbete, who's just developed into a colossus of a centre-back. But yeah, I thought Real Sociedad would be a walk in the park, really, and that's why it worried me. And actually, we're doing brilliantly. There's Brand. Alvarez, what a run. By Julian. Alvarez, he looks for a shot at the near post, and Avila's cross there to save that one for his side. Corner ball here. Jack Grealish was swinging. Alvarez is in there. Cleared away. Luke Mbete is up. Good play. Diaz. Haaland. Alvarez makes it 3-0. 42 minutes gone against Real Sociedad here. We're 3-0 up against the Spanish side in the quarterfinals. And I think the second leg, we're going to be strolling through in the second leg. I really do. And Mbete, good little flick on it. Diaz into Haaland. Haaland into Alvarez. Smashed into the back of the net past Rui Silva. Manchester City 3, Real Sociedad 0. I wouldn't say it's over, because you never know. You never know. But at half time here, we have rocked them. Vincent Kompany celebrating 3-0 after 43 minutes. And our front three are the ones with the goals here. The ones who've stepped up for us massively. What a game this has been for us. Alvarez with his first goal in 3 Champions League games this season. It's such a shame that he's been injured so often. There's a chance for Real Sociedad, and saved by Mickey Van Sass. A strike from Mikel Oyarzabal has been saved. Luckily for us, cross comes in here. Diaz in there. When Betty's going to get a cross here. Van Sass with a save. And Bete involved. Still, like I said, this game is far from over. Chance for Dominic Szoboszlai. On it by Cancelo. Van Sass out to it strongly. And the referee blows the half-time whistle. And we go in 3-0 up at half-time in the first leg of this quarter-final in the Champions League. What a performance. Jack Grealish pulling the strings in midfield. Haaland, Alvarez and Foden doing the business up top. What a performance. Here's Marcelo Brozovic. Szoboszlai. What a pass to Guri. And Guri with a chance. And I told you this fixture is far from over. And it's been proven here. They score straight away in the second half. 5 minutes in and we can see the goal. Guri with a goal. And I said Szoboszlai was the danger man. What a ball. Diaz has lost him. And it's a very good finish at the near post past Mickey Van Sass. Oliveira. Rodri's left his position here. Szoboszlai. And Bete tries to step out. Pereira in behind to Barrenechea. There's a free man in the box here. Can't afford to let them cross. And Pau Torres does brilliantly to stop that. Julian Alvarez. He will get running. And he'll get going. Haaland. He's not really a hold-up striker, Erling Haaland, which I found with him. He can't really hold up the ball. He hasn't got the ball control, the close control to do that. Barrenechea again. Over the head of Esbrand. Fantastically done. Gets the cross in. And they've scored again. It's Fede Valverde, 3-2. 2 away goals conceded. And this is what I mean. The defence has been questionable in recent games. And Real Sociedad, I mean, Barrenechea has been the difference makers. Come on. What a cross that is to Fede Valverde. What a finish. But again, defensively, who is marking Valverde? Because no one is anywhere near. We've got 3 defenders, 3 central defenders in the box, 2 fullbacks as well. Grealish making a run in the wide area. Grealish, brilliant. Grealish! Oh, what a finish from Jack Grealish. With the power, he's stepping up in the Champions League games. He hasn't been his best this season. We haven't seen the best of Jack Grealish, but he steps up here against Bayern Munich and here again against La Real. And he makes it 4-2. Good run by Jack Grealish on the left foot with the power. He has a difficult pass. He finds Max Aarons. Aarons into Palmer. Palmer looks to attack it. And they get away with that one. Not a bad balling by Aarons, but Palmer's not one to really take that one down or nod it on like Haaland would be able to. Oh, Gakpo. Went through a great spell of form for the club. Seems to have dropped off again. Szoboszlai, brilliant. Oyarzabal! Wonderful strong hands from Mickey Van Sass. Wonderful strong hands from the Dutchman. But that is full time. Manchester City 4, Real Sociedad 2. We go with a 2-goal lead to the Basque Country. in the hope of going to the semi-final. They're disappointed, but I don't think it's that far away from them. A 2-0 win would put them through, remember. But a good result from us. Attacking performance, brilliant. Defensive issues still there. So as you can see here, we are top of the table by no points. Absolutely no points. Chelsea have, though, however, played 2 games in hand, so we could be 6 points clear with 2 wins. We play Aston Villa 12th position, so mid-table away today, a game we will play. But the worrying thing is, 2 days later, we play Real Sociedad, and I'm really prioritising the Champions League, meaning I'm going to put a rotated side out again here today and hope we don't have another Southampton on our hands. But we've got to rotate the side, I think, because we can afford to drop points more in the Champions League than we can afford to put our weak side against Real Sociedad, because 2-0 win for them and they threw in the next fixture. It's only 2 days away. Chelsea are, level on points with us now, which is scary, but we could be 6 points clear with a win here today and a win in the other game, which is against Brighton, so I'm not too worried. We can afford to possibly drop 2 points here today, but I don't want that sort of mindset with the team going into this game. We need 3 points. That's the way I'm going to, put it to the team. So this is the side we're going to go with against Aston Villa today. Mickey Van Saar starts in goal. It's Max Aarons, Jimenez, Diaz, Captain Torres, and Aitnuri in that back 5. I wouldn't like to start Torres and Diaz really, but they're going to have to start in then there. Possibly we'll drop Aarons in to the back line and put Kaiki at right wing back or something like that. Bellingham, Palmer and McAtee in the midfield 3. And it's Gakpo and Haaland up top. Haaland does start in the idea that we can bring on Lindelof pretty soon. Louis Cook, Foden, Roderick, Cancelo, Kaiki, Fernandez on the bench also. So here at Villa Park to face mid-table Aston Villa. A win here today will put us 3 points clear of Chelsea with another game in hand. We have a heavily rotated side out there because of the Champions League fixture, which we are prioritising against La Real in only 2 days. Outcome, a very strong Aston Villa side that have underperformed in 12th position this season and looking to possibly make up a bit of ground to get into Europa League place in these final, 8 games of the season. So here is the Aston Villa side we face today. In goal, it is Bento Costa. A back 4 of Lindley, Captain Harry Maguire, David Carmo, and Matvienko. They've got McGinn, Kokachu, and Matheus Nunes in the midfield 3. And then it's Trincao, Sulemana, and Edouard, the front 3. On the bench, Strakosha, Manu Sanchez, Hudson-Odoi, Christensen, Aouar, Ernal. Some very good players off the bench. And the man I'm worried about the most is Sulemana, who, when we've played against them before, has been the key man for them. Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Key game in the title race, really. It's live from Villa Park. And Matheus Nunes, straight away, coming right at us and a good tackle by Pau Torres. I'm worried about Nunes because he is a real engine in the midfield. So I do want to start him against Real Sociedad. Here's Trincao and a great foot in by Pau Torres. The referee says free kick, and Torres got a habit of giving away penalties. Luckily, this one, he's on the edge of the box. Whip in. Header! Good save from Van Sass. David Carmo, is it? Oh, it's Matheus Nunes, actually. Really attacks that one. Good save from Van Sass from a real close bit of range. He's managed to get his left hand out there and palm it away. Brilliant from Bellingham. You can drive a team up the field. Reunite Nuri. Gakpo. Oh, it might fall to James McAtee with a strike and a great save from Bento Costa. Tried to work into Haaland, nearly did. Palmer with a whip in here. Gakpo in there, nodded away by Harry Maguire. Behind for another corner ball, another set piece of Manchester City here. Erling Haaland. Haaland. Good switch of play from Haaland. Aitnuri into Cole Palmer with a hit. Good save by David Carmo. Playing goalkeeper with his foot there to save that one. I think Bento Costa was beaten. Good play from John McGinn. Still a mainstay in this Villa side. Diaz in on his fellow international there. Trincao away. Across the far post. Slimman is in there. Max Aarons. Important play. Trying to slow them down. Edouard. Around Pau Torres. McGinn wide to Sulemana. Spins Max Aarons initially. And again, a chance here for Villa. Oh, it's a save from Van Sass. Brilliant run. Aarons again. Doing his best Cancelo impression. Haaland does not miss that one. Brilliant ball from Aarons. Our fullbacks are key in this formation. They play passes like that in between centre-backs and fullbacks. Erling Haaland is found this time by Max Aarons, and Erling Haaland finishes his chance. 1-0 Manchester City. We're under a lot of pressure from Aston Villa, but that doesn't stop us from scoring. Brilliant ball from Aarons on his weaker left foot. Haaland takes the ball down and across the goalkeeper with his right foot. Side netting. Erling Haaland, goal number 25 in 24 games this season. Palmer. Oh, it's a poor one too. Haaland. Aarons back out. Bellingham. Palmer. Referee. We're building an attack there, referee. And he blows the half-time whistle. 1-0 we do lead through a fantastic Holland goal. To McAtee, who he's found. Palmer's movement is a little bit odd. Right, Nuri. Holland with a free header. Costa over the bar. I think Erling Haaland should score there. Gakpo with the ball in. Jimenez with a header. Saved by the goalkeeper. It goes to 2-0. Tell you what, Erling Haaland's coming off. We rested him. Crossing again. Haaland in there and Costa into his hands. I don't want to play Haaland longer than 60 minutes, to be honest with you. Changes here. Gakpo. Oh, he's found Haaland. Haaland. Haaland! Costa with a great save. Behind for a corner for Manchester City. Well, he usually scores them. Bento Costa with a great save. Trincão's off. Callum Hudson-Odoi's. And we're going to remember it's only 1-0. Swinging here. Jimenez. Header. Gakpo! Good save it is by Bento Costa, is it? Or has Gakpo just put it wide? He has done. Too often we see Gakpo miss chances. Reunite Nuri. Right, Nuri. The lap's in there. Camo clears it into Palmer. Right, Nuri down to Palmer. But it's actually McAtee this time. Palmer. Louis Cook. Brilliant. Cook. Gakpo! Off the crossbar by Cody Gakpo. The lap. Good play from Liam. Into Jude Bellingham. Back into the lap. Into Cody Gakpo, surely! Cody Gakpo makes it 2-0. Had to score that one. Could not miss that one. Manchester City 2, Villa 0. We're picking up 3 points here. We're picking up 3 points here at Villa Park. I'm sure of it now. Brilliant from us. The lap into Gakpo. Gakpo with the finish. 2-0. Wonderful, wonderful goal. Team goal. The lap heavily involved. 77th minute. And we are picking up 3 points here. We'll be 3 points clear of Chelsea with a game in hand. Come on, foot race with Harry Maguire. It's not going to end well, surely, for Harry Maguire. Gakpo. Gakpo. Cole Palmer with a hit. And Cole Palmer has been absolutely electric today. Makes it 3-0 Manchester City. And that is game over. Brilliant from Cole Palmer. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic finish from Cole Palmer. Manchester City 3, Villa 0. We've done a job on Villa today. Louis Cook shifts it onto his left foot. Look for a shot. He was robbed of an assist by Gakpo. Wanted to get a goal for himself. And Villa look to counter. That is full time. Manchester City 3, Aston Villa 0. What a result for City again. 3 points clear of the game in hand. That is a big, big win here. Especially the side we put out there against Aston Villa. Well done to Gakpo. Cole Palmer, very well done to him. And I think he's going to play a big part, Cole Palmer, towards the end of the season, actually. And back to the Champions League quarter-final action now. We go away to the Basque Country, away to Spain to face Real Sociedad. 4-2 really in aggregate, but a 2-0 defeat would put them through. No chances for slip-ups, no chances for mistakes here. We've got to get to that Champions League semi-final. So this aside for Real Sociedad today. Mickey Van Sar starts in goal. It's Cancelo and Bete, Captain Diaz, Torres and Esbran in that back 5. Rodrigo, Grealish and Foden in the midfield 3. Julian Alvarez, Erling Haaland up top. On the bench, Liam Delap, Louis Cook, Kayiki, Paresis, Aarons, Jimenez and Fariñez. We've had to make big changes to our bench, which is a shame. Not as many impact subs due to the tiredness of Cole Palmer, McAtee, Gakpo, Bellingham and Ait Nuri. But it's still a strong side and still a side I'm happy with. And I think Louis Cook off the bench, Kayiki off the bench, Paresis, Delap, definitely players that can make a difference if we need them in this game. Well, a beautiful stadium to come to here in Spain. La Real versus Manchester City. Big game. Big, big game. The winner of this tie will go to the Champions League semi-final. We could be going there. I'd be interested to see which side we come up against, but we could be going there. And we really need to be performing to our best here. A 2-0 win for them would send them through. The pressure is on, but we need to stay awake. With the pressure on, we've got to put in a good performance. No more slip-ups like in previous seasons. This is the chance to win the Champions League. So this is the Real Sociedad side. Very different, actually, to the previous one. A few changes in there, but some of the strong players in that. Avila on the bench, Palacios, Brozovic, Barnechea, so it's Silva in goal, Pereira, Di Jedu, Hanko and Oliveira in the back 4, Claude Maurice Valverde in the midfield holding, with Soboslai in front, it's Giri through the middle, and Januzaj and Oyarzabal on the wings again. I'm surprised no Barnechea, because he came on and changed the game massively last time. Manchester City versus Real Sociedad, it is live from Spain, and this is a big one. Rodri across, little foot and a bit of kick on the players here. Is it Oyarzabal? Back heel. Lovely play. Claude Maurice. Claude Maurice from range. Deflected. And for a moment there, I half expected that to find the back of the net. Van Sass was rooted to the spot. Dominic Soboslai on the cross here. Diaz away. With all intentions to put this in the back of the net. Rui Silva's tested. But it's not enough. And he throws it out really poorly to Esbrand. Alvarez, little back heel. Cancelo on the left foot. And a good save by Rui Silva to keep Real Sociedad in that. A couple of away goals for us. And they're definitely out. Alvarez up. Cleared away to Diaz. And Mbete. Rodri. Foden. Look at the space for Josh Wilson. Esbrand out there. Alvarez makes a run. Esbrand a second chance at it. Feeds it through a little gap here. Julian Alvarez takes his time with this one. Esbrand into Erling Haaland, who throws his body at it. Good defending by Dieju. Good goalkeeping by Van Sass. Rodri, that is so poor by us. Chance here! It's a smash from Guiri. And L'Oreal take the lead. L'Oreal take the lead. Guiri with a goal. I'm worried now. I actually didn't press pass with Van Sass there. I didn't want to send that one out, but he did it anyway. And once he passed it out, I knew we were in trouble. 1-0. That pass to Grealish is on. He's found him. Grealish. Julian. Alvarez! Good strike. Good save by Rui Silva. Once on his right foot, really, Julian Alvarez, and couldn't get it onto that right foot. Cross in. Alvarez is in there. Might fall to Rodri. No. Guiri. Under pressure from Cancelo. Looking to take on Oliveira. He's very solid, the Uruguayan. And we can't do so. And Soboslai plays Guiri. And Guiri's in here. And Guiri could get the winner for Sociedad. And Guiri's out. And good defending, really, from Mbete. But even better goalkeeping from Mickey Van Sass. And the warning signs are there. Haaland. Phil Foden. What a pass. Esbrand. Grealish is in there. What a save. Haaland at the far post. What a finish from Erling Haaland. Well, we've played 3 minutes on there when the referee only added 1 at half time. They will be so annoyed with the referee. What a ball here. Esbrand gets it in. Grealish with a strike. What a save. And Erling Haaland from an impossible angle, by the way. An absolutely impossible angle. Erling Haaland, foot on it. Back of the net. That's why you sign Erling Haaland. Manchester City 1. Real Sociedad 1. And we go in at half-time level, and that puts us back in control of this tie. Right in control. Just before half-time. The whistle's going to go now. That was the final kick. They're going to be so disappointed we played 3 minutes added on rather than 1. What a goal from Erling Haaland there. Massive for Manchester City in going to the Champions League semi-final. Foden well played, and Manchester City back in possession. Esbrand. I feel very much in control this time now. Alvarez. Haaland. Cancelo. Grealish arriving. What a goal. Joao Cancelo. Unbelievable pass. And it's Grealish again in the Champions League. I tell you what, this is Jack Grealish's competition. It really is. This is Jack Grealish's competition. And he's in there again. Lovely little back heel by Haaland. You think Alvarez is offside. It doesn't matter. Cancelo finds Grealish at the far post. 2-0 Manchester City. And bye-bye Real Sociedad. Bye-bye Real Sociedad. 6-2. 6-3 on aggregate. At the moment, it's just not looking likely. Or Paredes makes a mistake here. Definitely a young player for the future. Paredes in there once more. Chance here. Esbrand throwing it so in. Esbrand as well. Oliveira. Soboslai from range. And a good save from Mickey Van Sass, who has been another real key player in this team. Cross comes in. Pau Torres away. Barrenechea. Oyarzabal. Chance here for Sociedad, and they level it up 6-4. Guiri again, top bins. We do concede 2 goals, and this game is far from over. Need to get hold of the ball, slow the game down, but that's a really good finish. A really good finish from Guiri into the top corner. Van Sass, no chance, but again, we let them get into the box just a little too easily. The thing is, we're bringing Paredes on for Rodri, which perhaps wasn't the best of ideas. He isn't so combative as Rodri. He works hard along the ground, but he's not so good in the air. And here's Barrenechea. He's past Pau Torres. And Real Sociedad could be about to change this tie completely. Great defending from Joao Cancelo. And Guiri's off. 2 goals today, a double for him. And he's off for Oswald Inato. Out comes Mickey Van Sass, easy. Szoboszlai on the corner. Swung in. Louis Cook on the chest. Louis Cook away to Paresis. Here's Szoboszlai. Chance for Oswaldinato! Good save by Van Sass. Big save from Mickey Van Sass. To Cancelo. No, not the pass from Louis Cook you expected from him, actually. Not the pass at all. The referee blows the full-time whistle. 2-2 draw with Villarreal. 6-4 in aggregate. Manchester City, we said this season the Champions League, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. Only one Champions League in 6 seasons. And this time we could do it. We're into the semi-final. It'd be interesting to see who we face in the semi-final. We've got 2 games left in this episode. 1 simmed against Brighton away and 1 against Spurs. But the next episode, the excitement continues in the Champions League. And before we get into our final game of today's episode, we face 9th place Brighton away from home, which we will simulate before the game against Spurs. Well, this definitely does make the title race more exciting. A simulation against Brighton. Denis Zakaria booked there. Maximiliano Gomez missed the penalty. But in the 85th minute, Moises Caicedo has scored a goal to give Brighton a 1-0 win over us, meaning we are only 3 points clear of Chelsea going to these final games of the season. The Premier League title race is well and truly on. And our final game of today's episode is against 5th place Spurs. You can see there, Erling Haaland is a top goal scorer alongside Lautaro Martinez, both with 25 goals. But Lautaro has played 33 games. Haaland has only played 25. So, as goals for games, he is by far the best striker in the league. Phil Foden topping assists with 15 in 29 games. And then topping clean sheets is Mickey Van Sass, 12 in 31. We want to build that up. Ederson second there. Spurs to end the episode. Spurs in 5th position. We're level on points with Chelsea, but this would put us 3 points clear. So this is the side for Spurs today. Mickey Van Sass starts single. It's Max Aronson at right wing back with Jimenez, Diaz captain, Mbete and Esbrandt in the back 5. Rodri in the holding role with Jack Grealish, and Cole Palmer comes in. Very, very impressive in the previous fixture, Cole Palmer. Very impressive when he played against Aston Villa, so that's why he's in there. And an Erling Haaland partners Julian Alvarez up top. On the bench we have Liam Delap, Louis Cook, Cody Gakpo, Jude Bellingham, Joao Cancelo, Pau Torres and Vulcan Verdinha. So here we are at the Etihad Stadium with a chance to go 3 points clear at top of the table. I've been saying throughout this episode we'd be 6 points clear, but it seems to be I got my calculations well wrong on terms of how many games we played. Chelsea were only 1 game ahead of us, so a win against Villa was actually very, very important, because that would have put us level on points with Chelsea. I think we're far ahead on goal difference, but a win against Spurs here today will put us 3 points clear. A draw would put us 1 point clear, and a defeat here to Spurs, against a side that we usually get beat by in real life, Manchester City. A defeat here to Spurs would put Chelsea possibly in the driving seat, level on points, but ahead just on goal difference. So this is the Spurs side we face today. In goal is Dean Henderson, ex-Manchester United goalkeeper. It's Axel Diaz, the captain, Montiel, Salisu and Ryan Sessegnon on the back 4, Wilfred Ndidi, Camavinga and Lucas Paqueta in midfield 3, Thomas Lemar, Richarlison and Sandro Caldera the front 3. The likes of Pape Sarr, Troy Parrott, Cannon, Eze, Morata, Grosabal and Whiteman on the bench there for the Spurs side. Manchester City versus Spurs. It's live from the Etihad Stadium. We've got Louis Cook on the bench again today, who is just a real top player, Louis Cook. I'm so impressed with him. Esbrandt, a master of the pass. Alvarez, lovely back heel. Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland doesn't usually miss those chances. Does not usually miss those chances, but his first touch really let him down. Julian Alvarez had a wonderful chance to get an assist for himself, but I let myself down there with a really poor touch. A ball in behind it to Richarlison. Easily picked up by Van Sass, but it shows how easily we can cut open Spurs. Scored 25 goals. Julian Alvarez has gone again here. Alvarez into Erling Haaland for the second chance of the game. Misjudged where the ball was going to land there. And better with a foul on Richarlison. Second chance at it. Caldera. Richarlison with a chance. Brilliant goal from Spurs. Could see that coming from an absolute mile off. Absolute mile off once that ball went wide to Caldera. Luke Mbete's lost Richarlison. Diaz just hasn't got the pace to get back. And what a finish from the Brazilian. First time volley into the bottom corner. Palmer. Back into Aarons. Looking for Julian Alvarez. Arriving at the far post off the crossbar by the Argentinian. Rodri. Esbrandt. Haaland's in there with a volley. And it's saved behind by Dean Henderson for a corner. Wins it back for his team. Grealish. Alvarez. Back through to Grealish. Grealish into Erling Haaland. And again it's blocked away, this time by Captain Diaz. So in there, the North Richarlison still there, and Bete good defending. Grealish away, still goes to the Spurs player. Referee blows the half-time whistle. We're behind here in this fixture against Spurs when we should be in the lead. I'd like to see the stats really at half-time and see how many shots we've had to theirs. I think they've had 1 shot all game, maybe 2. We've had plenty, not scored. Look at the match facts here. We've had 9 shots, expected goals 4, 0 scored. Spurs have had 3 shots, expected goals 0.9. That tells you pretty much the story of the first half. And into Julian Alvarez. And Alvarez, what a ball! Haaland with a chance here. He's not missing 3, is he? He's not missing 3 clear-cut chances. Manchester City 1, Spurs 1. Brilliant ball from Julian Alvarez. And Erling Haaland smashes it home. What a ball from Alvarez. Cuts the defence in half there. Haaland wasn't missing another one. He was not missing another one like that. Switch of play to Thomas Lemar. There's Brand across. Can't get a footing quickly enough. Richarlison. And Bete's got to be careful here. Richarlison still. Diaz throws a toe in. It's terrible defending from Manchester City. It's an overhead kick by the number 40. Wilfred Ndidi. And Spurs take the lead again. Throwing legs in stupidly. Richarlison the problem again. And Wilfred Ndidi, what a goal by the way. On his chest, overhead kick. Cleared away again. Alvarez. Oh, wonderful work from Julian. Lifts one into Palmer. Haaland with a chance, and Erling Haaland makes it 2-2. Haaland with a double. Brilliant from Julian Alvarez there. That goal is down to him. Palmer is well to nod it on, but Julian Alvarez so heavily involved. Wins it back, gets across into Cole Palmer, who nods it onto the free Erling Haaland, who just sort of hooks it round on his left foot. Past Dean Henderson, all level at 2-2 again. Very good for them since he's come on. Jimenez, that's Port. And here's Eze. And Louis Cook's left him. Jimenez dives in. Eze into Richarlison. What a save by Van Sass at the near post. Haaland. Louis Cook. Here is Louis Cook. Still going Cook. Cancelo. Bellingham. There's Brand. Grealish. Erling Haaland with a strike! And Erling Haaland with an 88th minute hat-trick to give Manchester City 3 points here at the Etihad. Massive goal. Absolutely massive goal. A hat-trick from Haaland. He's missed a few chances today and we've said, you know, unlike Erling Haaland, he still goes and scores a hat-trick for himself. Brilliant. Wide to Esbrand, into Grealish, just lays it off to Haaland. Smashes it into the top corner with the right foot. We've got another substitution in us. It's going to be Liam Delap for Julian Alvarez, or for Erling Haaland actually, or out of subs. No, it won't be. Cancelo came on, of course. But what a finish from Haaland on that right foot. That is goal number 28 in 26 games this season. Perhaps he can beat that goal scoring record with just a few more goals with 5 or 6 games to go, and we need to defend solidly down for the last few minutes. Haaland. Long ball from Erling Haaland. Julian Alvarez on the end of it. Julian Alvarez is fouled there by the Spurs man. The referee says no, but the referee now blows his final whistle. It is 3-2 Manchester City, 3 points and a hat-trick for Erling Haaland. That's why we signed him for the big moments. The big moments, he's come up trumps, hasn't he? He could lead us to that Champions League final, and he could lead us to another Premier League trophy in a tough battle with Chelsea this season. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new watching this video, and you can always join our We Are City membership club to see all these videos early, plus some extra exclusive content. We'll see you guys next time.